Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live Signing. I'm Danny Valdez, and with us today is Andrés Colmenares for the live signing of his new book, When Sharks Attack with Kindness. This hardcover collection features the cute, uplifting, and ingenious, honestly, aquatic cartoons of Andrés. He's the creator of Wawawiwa Comics, and we're so pumped to have him today with this epic-looking book. Andrés, welcome, and how are you today?
Thank you. I'm great. I'm really excited to be here. We're here to talk about the book, and
Yes.
I'll be signing not the book plates. I'm sorry, the book. I'm going to be signing book plates because I'm located outside of the United States. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Killer, man. So for the next hour, Andrés is going to be, like he said, signing books and answering your questions. For those of you who have not yet purchased a book, you actually still have time to order an autographed copy and submit a question to Andrés. Just click over to premiercollectibles.com/sharks to order a copy for you or your friends, your kids. But I can tell you, it's not just a kid's book. Andrés, I've been reading through this, and man, it hit me almost like a book of animated proverbs. Like there's wisdom for life in here.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, man. So when you write and draw, right?
Yeah, I usually just start by writing down ideas and then I draw it at the end. Like most of the work is coming up with the ideas.
Yeah, totally. Now, what prompted you to write this book? How similar is it to your previous books that you self-published, and why now?
Well, I mean, the style of the comics for this book is pretty much the same as all the Wawawiwa comics I usually create.
Yeah.
But the idea was born with the first comic I created with the shark was a comic I did like 2 years ago or something, and I noticed it became like viral and people were really liking the character. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I have something with this. Maybe I can do more stuff, like go more in depth and go like start doing more comics often, because I'm a person that I don't usually like do that with characters. I just like I create one and then I abandon that character, and then I'm all over the place with like just drawing stuff and different types of things. But yeah, so I started with that, and then I started like adding more characters, and then I started talking with the publisher, and then the idea was born to create the book.
Dude, that's so cool. Could I just take people through, before we go to audience questions? I'd love to take people through a couple of these pages. In fact, you open with a little shark and his little small fish friend, and you wrote, "Friendships can be really hard to find and hold on to. They come in different shapes and sizes. And some people can go through life having just one when it's the real deal. This is a book about kindness, relationships, and love. And since these are such deep subjects, I've made it underwater."
Yeah.
So tell me, why are these themes important to you? I mean, you could obviously write a book about money or finance, or there's a lot of topics in the world, but you've consistently, written on really cute things and things that make a difference.
The thing is, from like since I was a kid, people tend to like forget that friendships are like really important, especially when you're like confined to a place or working at home.
Yeah.
So I created the whole idea was to give importance to like those kind of relationships, because when I was a kid, and like most of the time I've been like feeling that I'm not good at certain stuff, not even at what I do right now. Like I'm always like hesitant about stuff, but I've always had friends that they believe in me and they motivate me. And yeah, I mean, since for example, I want to play keyboard, whatever. So I don't have any idea how to play that. And then I start a band with a couple of friends, and they know how to play their instruments, but somehow I always end up in the middle of something like that, and I'm not really good at something, but they believe in me, and then I started like learning it. It has helped me a lot. So, I mean, I think it's really important to have really good relationships with people. Like we are not islands, you know. So
Yeah. So that idea of believing in me, is that, it seems to be a theme in this book of, you know, one of the characters believes in the other character, and then that character starts to believe in themselves. Is that something you've purposely put in this book?
Yeah. I mean, it's really important to believe in yourself, but it's also like really having like healthy relationships that motivate you as well to go through life.
Yeah, and I love. I want to show everybody one more. I know we're going to get to these questions, and there's plenty of them, but this one here is one of my favorites. I don't know if the audience can see that, but it's basically it's a gosh, I feel like I'm reading to children right now. All right, so it's a parent shark and their baby shark, and the parent says, "With each sunset, a new hope is born." And isn't the sunset beautiful? And the baby's like, so beautiful. And then we go to the sun, who is up in space, and the sun says, I wish someone would notice me. And is like, I feel like I see that several times in these animations, is this idea of somebody has the wrong perspective. And, you know, like the sun, if only the sun knew, everybody notices them and loves the sun, but yet he feels alone, you know, like, that's really deep for a children's book, but I feel like children grasp these concepts more than we give them credit for.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised often because I get a lot of like grandparents that read the books to their like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and they mention that sometimes they don't get the idea, but most of the, I mean, for this book, I've heard that they really like it, and it helps them bond and spend like good times and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I am so excited to get to some of these questions. And for those of you just tuning in, we're talking about Andrés Colmenares' fantastic little book, When Sharks Attack with Kindness. And he's actually signing all of these books today here live with us. And included in this book is a certificate of authenticity, which means that he's actually signing it. We're not just stamping the book or printing his signature, but we're making sure his hand stays cramped for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be signing this book plate. So I guess this book plates are going to be inside the book, like somewhere. I'm not really sure, but you're going to receive this, signed by me.
Heck yeah, man. Well, so many questions have come in. Are you ready to switch gears and answer some of these audience questions?
Yeah, let's do this.
Fantastic. So let's go to Zule from New Jersey. And do you have formal training as an artist, or are you self-taught?
I did have some. I mean, I studied graphic design, but I noticed like really quickly that it wasn't gonna help me that much with my illustration like goal I had.
Yeah.
So I started doing the whole Wawawiwa thing as a hobby. So I was mainly self-taught. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you doing, by the way, before Wawawiwa Comics?
I've been all over the place. I mean, I started studying business, then I went to the music business, then I went to graphic design, and then I met the whole illustration thing, and I fell in love because I really like comedy and I like drawing. So the whole concept, the thing of mixing them together was like really like intriguing to me. So I started doing that as a hobby, and then it slowly started like, I don't know, I just started like liking it more and more, and then it took off, and this is what I do now for a living. So it's pretty exciting.
That's so cool. Yeah, the book is filled with jokes as well that, you know, some of them are obviously, you know, the adults are going to get, you know, how in a really good children's animation, a lot of the jokes are for the adults. I feel like your book has that, you know, it's like, oh, a kid wouldn't catch that, but the adults are going to catch it. Like it's
I've
really fun.
always, yeah, I've always been really inspired by like those Pixar movies, you know, like they have they create these worlds that that anyone can get, and it's fun for everyone. So I'm trying to do something similar to that.
Yeah, so cool, man. Let's go to Sonia from India. Hey, Andres, booked this book as a surprise for my friend here in India. Would you please wish her a happy birthday from your side of the world? Her name is Shrestha, and she's a diehard fan of your comics. It would put a big smile on her face.
Shrestha? Oh.
Shrestha.
So happy birthday, Shrestha. That's a great name. Yeah, hugs from Colombia to India. Oh my God, that's pretty far away. So hugs to you.
Christiana from Ontario, Canada. Do you do commissions on request?
I used to. I actually started doing like personal portraits a few years ago for free. I was doing a portrait. I believe it was one a week or something, and I would just ask a random follower for a photo, and then I will draw them and send it to them. But it's slowly like I'm so busy right now that I don't have time to do it. So I recently had a daughter and I have a 4-year-old, so I don't have time to do many more commissions. But I mean, I wish I could in the future.
Wow, were you doing? You have a 4-year-old son or daughter?
Son, yeah.
Were you doing children's books or comics before you had children?
Yeah, I mean, I did comics, but when my son was born, the whole concept started like switching, you know, like
Yeah.
I started to get really inspired and thinking, like being more conscious about what I was gonna do, and maybe if he was gonna see it someday or something. Like I started to think the concepts a bit more. So yeah, and it all became more family oriented as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I've been doing this since 2009, I believe it was. Okay. Yeah.
So cool. Ginger from Rockland, California. She writes, how did you first get interested in cartooning? Did you have a mentor? And if so, who was it?
A mentor? No, I've been drawing like since I was a kid. And then I actually like, I was like in some kind of hiatus for all my entire like college, you know, times. I didn't draw at those times that much, but I started doing these the comics, and then I don't know, it just it came to me again, and but I mean, if someone, I didn't have any mentor. I mean, my main inspiration has been other illustrators and music. I really like hearing music when I'm thinking of ideas. And I can give you an example of one of Liz Climo. It's one of those illustrators that I've always admired. And yeah, just I don't know, maybe that counts as a mentor. I don't know.
Sure. All right, let's go to Lisa from France. I love your fans are from all over the world. You know, a lot of the authors I'll interview, they're American authors. And so it's California, Tennessee. This is so cool to see India, France, and then America as well. So, but she asked, I think your art is what we need in these complicated times. So thank you. I was wondering, what are your sources of inspiration for the dialogues and characters?
Sometimes I'm just watching a movie, for example, and since I often watch movies with subtitles, I just sometimes I'm not even watching the movie, but I'm just reading the subtitles. So I'm just like paying attention, and when I find a phrase or something, a quote or something that really gets stuck in my mind, I start working on that. Or I just grab an object and, you know, start brainstorming. That's pretty much what I usually do.
So cool. Scott from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. asks a really powerful question. Thank you, Scott. Waffles or flapjacks?
I would say I'm gonna say waffles because I don't know what flapjacks are.
So
what are those?
Scott, this is great. It's basically a long-running debate here in America, as if that object, like there's waffles and then there's pancakes, right? And pancakes are often referred to as flapjacks, and there's a big debate over which one's better.
Oh no, I'll change my question. My answer, pancakes. Yeah.
Okay. Zoe from Los Angeles, California. Also, where do you find the inspiration for your cartoons?
From anything, really. I mean, my family's like really like a great inspiration I have, but it can be anything. I mean, I can be cooking and something will come to my mind, and and I'll just write it down. I'm always constantly writing down ideas.
Yeah.
I have I use Evernote a lot.
Evernote,
And
yes.
So I have a bunch of ideas, like hundreds of ideas, and I just like when I try to think of something. I mean, I write down everything. It's not just like an idea that's finished,
Yeah.
I just write down something that comes to my mind, and I think, that might be a good comic. So, and then I'll just start reading it often. When you read your own stuff often, it's like really fresh in your mind, like it's constantly there.
Yeah.
And then it's more easy to connect that with something that you find like in your daily life, and then you'll have a great idea out of that.
Dude, that's such a great point. I find that when I sit down to be creative, I'm not creative, but when I just go paint the wall or do my life, ideas will come. It's that process exactly. And when you write them down and then later go start reading it, it's like they start to drop into your mind. Like it's almost like you're collaborating with someone else, but it's your own writing, right?
Exactly. Especially when I have ideas, like I wrote down in 2019, for example.
Yeah.
And that happens to me often because I read those and I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about this thought I had. And I mean, it's really important to write down ideas, everything.
Vinny from Alberta, what comic strips inspired you?
Comic strips, I mean, I mentioned Liz Climate, but what really pushed me to do this was Threadless, the website. They print shirts and stuff like.
Thrillist.
It was Threadless.
Oh, Threadless.
Threadless, yeah.
Got it.
So I met the website, and I think it was in 2008, and slowly I started liking their catalog too much, like specifically their humor.
Right.
So I started following those illustrators, and I was really admiring what they were doing. And my comics at first were not comics; they were just illustrations, and then they slowly started to becoming the comics they are right now.
Speaking of T-shirts, you also have T-shirts for sale, right? With these same comics from the Shark Attack book on the T-shirt?
On Threadless as well. Yeah.
Okay. So do you know what's the URL? Is it threadless.com and then search for you?
I think it's I mean, you can go to my Instagram and you'll find everything in the link in my bio, or you can I think Wawawiwa. No, it's the link is going to be confusing. That's one of the main reasons I chose the Wawawiwa name, because I found it funny that people were struggling so much to pronunciate it. It wasn't it wasn't as smart a business tactic, but it was funny for me. I mean,
that's great. No, I love that. It's the art choice, not the business choice, and that's what you're known for, is art. So I love it. Yeah, and I honestly, the shirts have such a cool message on them. I'm gonna get some, man. Those are really cool. I'm looking forward to that. And you also have a YouTube channel with animated, little cartoons, 2-minute little versions of these, right?
Yeah, I had this project to bring to life most of my comics, but it all stopped with the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
But I've been doing something like a side project I'm working on, and I hope maybe in a near future I can announce something about it. But right now I'm just working on it.
Good. Carolyn from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm reading too fast today. What got you started on your art journey?
I guess what I've mentioned, just I am a really like shy person. I'm an introvert. So, and I really love comedy. And at first I was like, oh, maybe should I do stand up or something like that, or should I do I don't know, improv?
Hey,
or
have you ever tried stand up?
No, I haven't. I mean,
you need to do it once.
I like pushing myself like to do those type of things. I mean, I hated to do talks, and I've done talks in front of a lot of people, and I've been like, really, it's nerve-wracking for me. But I mean, I like to get out there and try to just just fight with my inner consciousness.
Yeah, dude, I did an open mic night one time, like stand-up comedy. But oh man, I've talked on stages in front of thousands of people, no problem. I introduce guests, author, got it. I can do that. In a small room filled with other comedians, and my one job is to make people laugh. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh my God.
Most embarrassing. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I feel like I'm a pretty funny guy. It was so hard. It was so hard. But you need to do it. It'll change your life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try someday. Cool, I actually did those talks like motivated by that, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do these talks and I'm gonna put jokes in them, and nobody's gonna be expecting like to laugh in there, right? So people were laughing at the jokes, and I was like, oh
yeah. Cynthia from Lima, Peru. She asks, how does it feel to have others embark on the short journeys of imagination that you have created for all to enjoy?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She asked, how does it feel to have others embark on the short journeys of imagination that you have created for all to enjoy?
Oh, whoa. It's unexpected. I mean, it's great. I mean, I love what I do right now. But you never expect that. I mean, I didn't do this. I mean, especially, I mean, it's one of the goals, like, with time. At first, like, my family was like the only people that were sharing my comics, and, like trying to share this stuff. But, but no, I mean, it feels great. I mean, I'm really like thankful to all my followers. As I say in the book, I mean, they are the feet to this whole thing. It moves forward thanks to them.
Yeah. Alma from Miami, Florida. Is there something you decided to keep out of the book?
Is there the comic that started it all? Because it was a comic, and it did reference to Dragon Ball Z, I believe it was. Yeah. And
cool.
and we talked about with the publisher, if keeping it, or because it was a bit of I felt a bit of a connection with that comic, but it was, at the end we just decided to not keep it inside the book, because just in case, because it wasn't a completely original thing.
Very cool. Brian from New Orleans, Louisiana asks, do you think there are topics your concept and comic cannot address?
That's a good question. I mean, I always try to stay away from politics and religion, because what I try to do is like offer a space to people where they will not find like any types of like those type of issues and like real life stuff that we see every day. So I wanted to create a space for everyone where everything's going to be lighthearted and just like feel good,
Yeah. Well, that's why I actually described this as a book of proverbs that look like comics, because I was really refreshed to see that. I mean, and I went through into the back to see like, all right, is there like, and this is just my little weird brain. Like, I wonder if he has like a personal message or agenda or something that in the end we find he's been driving at all along. And all the way to the back of it, it was all fun lessons on accepting and loving other people, perspective, enlightenment.
I didn't kill the main characters.
Yeah, you didn't kill any
at the end.
Yeah. And why'd you pick a shark? Your main character is a shark. How come you picked a shark as your main character?
I didn't. It wasn't like really planned. I mean, if you've seen my comics, I like draw anything I can find. Like I can draw a cup or anything, a book, or make comics out of anything. But I noticed that the shark, like people really felt connected to that shark. So I started doing more comics with it and with the character. And yeah, I mean, it's something that I didn't plan. It just like he just, I don't know, he just became alive like on its own. I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry, should I be signing this? Because I should be. This is a live signing, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be paying attention to it.
No worries.
I completely forgot about that part.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I start talking to our guests, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing a thing here. Speaking of, you can get this fantastic and adorable book with a killer point and message at premiercollectibles.com/sharks. You can ask a question to our very creative author here, and I will get them on this iPad and ask them here live, and he can answer them while you watch. They're great for you. Fantastic gifts for anybody you know. Let's go to Samantha from Dallas, Texas, who asks, what is your creative process?
My creative process. First, I'll drink like a huge cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then, because I right now I need to work at night, so I usually wake up at 3 a.m. and start thinking of ideas.
No way.
And that's that's my little like ritual. So I wake up at around 3 a.m. because I have 2 kids, and it's the perfect way to like have silence and just think of just get immersed in the whole world I'm trying to create. And so so I do that and drink my coffee, and then when I'm like, I feel like I'm on a spaceship or something, and and I feel like I really get a lot of ideas at that time as well. So then I just choose something, an object, a character, whatever whatever that or something that I had written down earlier in my notes.
Yeah.
And I start brainstorming. Sometimes I really have to think a lot to have to come up with an idea, and other times it'll just it'll be waiting there, and I'll just discover it, and it's amazing when that happens, because it only takes like 15 seconds, and I'm like, oh, why did I take this coffee right now? But so
Jennifer from Denver. Jennifer from Denver, Colorado. What is the best advice you can give to a fellow illustrator?
I mean, if you want to live off it, is that how you say it? Live off it. If you want to do this for a living.
Gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. Don't stop. Never stop doing it. I mean, because when I started doing this, I wasn't good at all. I mean, I just started studying by myself the whole thing, and it slowly just start understanding everything on the way. And if you stop, you're never gonna make it, and you'll just be wondering if you in the future you could have make it.
Peta from Sao Paulo, Brazil may have a question that's in code, but what is your favorite brain food?
Brain food.
Brain food.
Brain food, is that a thing?
He means food that would cause you to think more inspirationally. Coca-Cola?
I don't know if coffee counts as food.
Yeah, it definitely counts as food.
Yeah, I mean coffee or any dessert that has coffee, I guess. I don't know.
Good enough. Mark from New York, New York. No question, just a thank you for sharing your gift.
Oh, thank you. It's nice.
Also, Brooklyn from Brooklyn, New York. Did you ever expect your comics to reach such a large fan base?
No, I mean you always want to reach to that point, but no, it's actually a surprise. Especially because I've been doing this. I started doing this in Spanish, so the comics were like going viral in Spanish and like mainly in Latin America. So yeah, that was like 5 years ago or in 2013, I believe it all started, and I didn't think that I was gonna be doing this in English. So my wife actually motivated me to do this, and look where we are right now.
Yeah, man. That's so cool. Jason from Arlington, Virginia writes, are there plans to publish any additional books?
Well, yeah. I'm actually right now working on it's more like a graphic novel kind of thing. It's the main idea right now, and I'm trying to see if it's gonna work. But yeah, I have the visual hug books, the previous books. I think I have one here. Yeah, this one.
Oh, is that now? Is that a new one coming out?
These were the first the books the ones I published before the new one, and maybe a third one of a visual hug. But I was thinking of doing that the graphic novel to do something a bit different. It's gonna be like the same spirit as Wawawiwa, but I'm gonna be trying new things in there.
So fun. Jazz Lee from Atlanta, Georgia. What would you say is your interesting writing quirk?
Writing quirks. Is that like something I do too?
Like a silly thing that, like it sets you back or often is a problem, or something even unique that you do that when you're writing?
No, I mean, right now I don't. I'm pretty like a simple guy that just wakes up at night. I wake up at night at 3 a.m. But when I was starting and I was trying to come up with ways to be creative, when I didn't I was like, oh my God, how can I come up with ideas? And I got I found myself like facing that, the blank page like a lot of times. And I started reading, and I forgot the names of the people I found online, but there was, for example, this guy that he used to go to his tub and submerge himself, like go under the water. Just hold his breath, for example, and then he'll just be there. And he mentioned that would inspire him to get ideas while he was under the water. So I tried that.
Did you try?
I tried a bunch of stuff, like really,
Nothing works like coffee, though, right?
No, yeah, coffee's like
number one secret to a great write is coffee.
Yeah.
That is so fun, dude. Some of my favorites. Could I point out a couple of these little guys from the book that I thought were so fun? This one I know you remember. It's a creature with a long horn or whatever.
Oh, narwhal.
Yeah. He says, "Life is so hard, I just can't." And the little shark notices him, and then the last scene is the shark's already swimming away, and there's a note hanging on his horn that says, "Yes, you can." And I like, that's so simple. Like, you get to the end, it's just this 3 little animation quick story. But at the end, I left there going like, I started thinking like, wow, it's that simple to to make a difference and to make somebody feel loved, like I can do that today. You know, there's people everywhere every week where it's just to tell them you can do it, or yes, you can, or don't give up, or things that sound like old or everybody's heard that. No, they haven't, you know? Maybe they've heard it on the internet, but a real human being telling somebody like, dude, you got this. I mean, I think that's fun.
Some people don't really believe in the power of doing that. And I understand that maybe when you feel down or you went through something really difficult in your life, it's hard to just listen to someone and I'm happy already, you know, I'm feeling happy, but you're not going to feel happy right away. But I mean, it's good to have that kind of support. And
this one's really great too. There's a whale. He's just under the water and he's blowing his water up and he's asking him, it says, do I really make a difference? And then down at the bottom, there's a little turtle enjoying a beautiful rainbow. And it's like, you taught me more than like an hour of listening to somebody talk on a podcast, you know, just with a little simple illustration. And I started thinking about like, man, this is like required reading for my kids. Like they're going to get this stuff in them and not even know they had a teacher, you know, showing them how to do life a better way. So, I mean, is that intentional by you? I mean, obviously, I mean, are you thinking like, dude, I'm putting in a really powerful life lesson here? You know, what's your thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm what I do is I'm just trying to like spread kindness, you know, so people feel like inspired to do the same. I mean, this is the best way I know to do that. And yeah, I mean, I sometimes if a comic is just funny, I'll just forget about that. I'm not gonna be like preachy today, like you know, like I'm just gonna do the funny comic. And but if I have a concept that I want to like work on, I'll try to like I always try to have something like at least a bit amusing. So it's not just me telling people go be nice to each other and stuff like that. You know. So
well, it's so refreshing from the typical mindless children's books that I see. Like I've never really been inspired to buy my kids a children's book, honestly, other than the classics like Mark Twain or something. But I've never thought, like, I don't often go into a Books A Million and start just shopping for a book because they're all like, what's the point? And I feel like this one, it challenges kids and even adults to think bigger. You know, like on the front cover, there's a shark coming for you, right? But he has a present and he's smiling, you know, and it's so often in this book, it's like we're surprised by something not being like we thought it would be. And I wanted to ask you personally, does the shark sort of represent like stereotypes in our world where we think, you know, someone's going to be angry or mean or this is going to be scary or I can't do it and we're surprised?
Yeah, I mean, the concept like also behind the book is like having like different types of underwater animals and also the human. So what I was trying to go for is like to be more inclusive and because I'm a minority, so I've been through like a bunch of times where I've felt like discriminated and I also come from Venezuela. I'm from Colombia. I was born in Colombia.
Okay.
But I used to live in Venezuela, so my accent is Venezuelan, and like there's a lot of xenophobia right now for Venezuelans because they're like spread out around the world, which is really, I mean, it sucks. So I mean, we felt that, my wife as well, and so that's one of the inspirations behind the book.
Yeah. Wow, man. It comes through, you know, again, not so much personal, but like it comes through this idea of things are not always what they seem, you know, don't be too quick to pass judgment. I'm not going to go through every single story in the book, but I got to show another one. I absolutely love this one too. It's a pelican. Yeah. Oh, what is it? Oh, seagull.
A
Yeah.
seagull. Yeah.
So, and it says, sometimes it might feel like it, and it's a seagull sitting by himself on a pier. And then the second image is, but you're not alone. And underneath the water is all these friends that he just can't see, you know? And again, it's that perspective shift. And I just think it's really special. Do you have a favorite out of all these stories in this book, or do you have some that really stick out to you as important?
Actually, my favorite ones are the stargazing comics, you know, when he's stargazing, because that's actually I enjoy, like I used to like do that more
I do
often.
too. No, I love, yeah, same way, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I can find one right here, but those are my favorite ones.
Okay, I'm gonna find it where he's looking up into space.
Yeah, that one. I think there are like 3 of those. Oh, also I forgot to mention, this book has its own soundtrack. So
what?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed in the back of the book, and I think it's on the last page. In the last page, yeah, you can scan the QR code or just go to the link in there, and you'll go. There's 3 songs that we made. I contacted an old friend, and I used to have a band with where we were like kids. And
you look like you used to have a band.
and and he's a producer now. He's like doing great stuff. So I contacted him and I told him my idea, and he was like in right away. And he contacted one of his friends, and I started sending him a bunch of ideas, like just like clips of like of music. I started recording stuff, and they got the whole mood out of that, and they created this 3-song soundtrack, and it really goes well with the book. I mean, I thought it was kind of it's an original idea, you know.
I love that. Yeah,
you can read along to with the book.
Well, dude, I'm gonna read this. So I have 4 kids, 2 older boys, and I have 2 younger girls. And when I put the girls to bed, you know, the boys want to watch TV now before they go to bed, but the girls, you know, it's still, you know, I can read them stories, and we lay in their bed and play little games with their horsies and things. And this is really cool because it's pretty thick. There's a lot of stories here, but they're all like 1-pagers. So if I want to stop at any time, you know, I'm not like, so many times I don't read my kids a story because I'm like, I got to finish the story. And it's like 30 minutes of reading. I don't have,
I feel that.
Yeah. So you can stop anytime. And that's really cool to know that I can also, with my phone, play the music and put it down by the bed while we read the story. That's so special.
So they can fall asleep faster.
Yeah. Hey, here it is. The Stargazer.
Oh yeah. That's one of the comics.
I don't know if anyone can see it. It's so fun. Yeah. That's so great, man. I love this.
Thanks.
So do you read any of these to your kids?
Sometimes. I mean, I've tried a couple times, but my 4-year-old, he's not really interested in it yet. So, I mean, I read a lot of books to him, but I think I'll have to wait for it. So I'll never tell him that I wrote these books because he's never going to be interested in the future. But I'll try to read them.
Yeah. Tell him to ignore the name at the bottom of the book. Don't worry about that. Just read the book.
Because it's going to be like, oh my God, this is not cool at all. What's your name doing there?
Andres, would love to ask you 22 questions in 2 minutes. Just fun stuff about food and coffee and life and everything before we let you go. Is that cool?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, great. Let's do this. So who would you like to have dinner with, past or present?
I guess a president.
Nice. Which one, Game of Thrones or Stranger Things?
Oh, whoa. I would say Stranger Things because Game of Thrones was disappointing for me at the end.
Yeah, so for everybody. What is your favorite breakfast food? Probably at 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? Pretty early.
Oh, if it's 3 a.m. Coffee.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music?
I really like scenic music, like
Yeah,
especially when I'm thinking of ideas. I like to hear stuff that makes me feel I'm in a movie, stuff like that, just like
totally. Totally.
so
I'm
that's
100%. That's my soundtrack all day.
yes,
What
chill
kind did you
music.
play when you were in a band?
It was kind of like it was just acoustic music, just soft music. It was just a friend of mine and me when we were playing like the last band where I was in. It was a 2 people band. So he used to play the guitar. He was really amazing at playing guitar. As I was telling you, he was like insanely amazing. And
Yeah,
I was like just playing keyboards like Ross and Friends.
nice. Um, who is your idol growing up?
Um, whoa, I guess I would say my parents.
What is your favorite international cuisine?
International, well, I mean, if I'm in Colombia, I would say arepas, but international, shawarmas. I love shawarmas.
What's your favorite candy bar?
I don't really like sweet food. I don't even like chocolate really, actually. But yeah, I mean, I can eat ice cream. Pistachio. I will say pistachio.
I love it. Do you have a favorite season?
Um, Spring.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
My road trips to a cabin we used to have in a small town in Colombia, here in Colombia.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend?
No, never.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Right now it's sharks.
Yeah. What is your go-to workout?
Go to workout. I mean, I guess I'll start doing like 5 push-ups and then I'll stop.
That's my favorite as well. What do you never leave home without?
Um, right now, a small keychain I bought that has a pen and a small lantern. So I use my own pen. So just because of the pandemic.
Yeah, totally. Do you have a favorite superhero?
When I was a kid, it was Wolverine.
And now the shark from the front cover of When Sharks Attack with Kindness. What is your favorite time of day?
Um, I guess sunset.
Yeah. Have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon?
No, I wish I could in the future.
I wish I could never. What is your favorite board game?
Board game. Uno, I guess.
Oh, I love it. What are your favorite pizza toppings?
Um, that's a hard one, man. Because I love all kinds of pizzas. But lately I've been eating a lot with
Tahini.
uh, there's this pizza I tried recently. It has, oh my god, it has, I don't know the names in English. Good, but one of the ingredients is eagles, but I don't know if it's called. I don't know how's it called. I passed.
Yeah, pass. Hey, have you ever had tahine, or some people call it tagine?
Is that a spice?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's my favorite. Okay. Do you have a favorite teacher? It can be business, spiritual, an art teacher, someone that's influenced you.
Yeah. There was this teacher that he actually, I think he hated me or something, but like he used to tell me that I wasn't gonna make it and that
Oh,
that that I was really bad at what I was doing and that I should quit. And I never paid attention to him, but I guess maybe he motivated me some way because
wow.
I wanted to pay attention to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you
mean, he
like
was right. He was right, but
he was right, but he was wrong.
yeah, he was right at the beginning, but then he was
Right.
wrong.
Well, they're always right at the beginning. It's when you prove them wrong that they're freaking
Yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating. I don't hate him. So no. Yeah.
Do you like movie popcorn with or without butter?
Without.
Who is your favorite author?
My favorite author. Well, I've been reading a lot, but I'm just weird. I don't know. I usually just read screenplays instead of books. Um, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to choose one. I mean, because there are a lot of authors that I like, but lately I've been just reading screenplays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that another time. Hey, any closing comments you want to say to your friends and fans about your new fantastic book, When Sharks Attack with Kindness?
You still have chance to pre-order, and remember that also the soundtrack is still not available on Spotify. It's gonna be available on all the streaming platforms, but right now I believe you can pre-save it on Spotify. This soundtrack, I think if you just look for Wawawiwa, you'll find it. But if you already have the book, you'll find right now like a it's gonna be for now, but it's a SoundCloud playlist.
Oh, cool.
And you're gonna be able to play it without any trouble. So
now, is it ready? If you scan the back of the book, though, is it ready to play from the link?
Yeah. If you scan it right now, it's gonna be like it's gonna show up, and you'll be able to go on the website. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun. And then, how can people connect with you? I found on Instagram at Wawawiwa Comics. Is that the best place? Website? Tell me more.
Yeah, if you go to my website, wawawiwacomics.com, you'll find all my my social media handles, and even if you speak Spanish, you'll find the Spanish option, and you'll find my
muy bien. Muy bien.
Excelente.
Excelente. Well, guys, that is all the time we have, unfortunately. To order Andrés Colmenares' limited edition autograph book with his actual signature, go to premiercollectibles.com/sharks. And to be a part of the live signing experience with more of your favorite authors, follow Premier Collectibles on Instagram or Facebook. Andres, from all of your friends who have tuned in and from all of us at Premier Collectibles, thank you so much for being here. Gracias por tu vida. Gracias todas personas.
Thank you, Danny. It was really fun.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Thanks to everyone that was watching the live event.
Yeah, go get the book, guys. We love you all. Bye.
Bye.